Last time we built this coaster, and today we're going to detail it. We're not going to turn this into a park or anything, but I'm going to take a deeper look at the update features. I know last time I got distracted by the MK1101, so this time around we're going to try to incorporate most of the notable features into a sample park. So let's just get into it. First talking point, let's look at the rest of the stock coasters that are in here. First up is the flying coaster. That's not bad. They left a lot of space for you to theme it yourself. Next up is the wing coaster. Now this is one I've been looking forward to because having the bird themed trains is like a bit ridiculous. It's on the same level as the airplane themed Vekoma. Wing chain lift standard. Okay, what's this detail on the back? But besides that looks good. Just an empty frame. That looks really good. Next coaster, the Intamin Blitz. Just like the wing coaster, this train is egregious. Alright, here we go. It's the standard Blitz train. Looks kind of fat. I don't know, is that actually how it is? I don't remember it being this fat. But it's okay, it's basic. Better than the Formula 1 train. I don't think this was in the game before, right? The SLC. But these trains look really good. Moving on, the last one I think is the Junior coaster. God, that's a big station. From the Dragon train, we go to... Oh. What is that? Like, yeah, it's unthemed, but my gosh. Is that how they look in real life? For some reason, this reminds me of like a bowling alley. I don't know why. It looks like a bowling shoe. That's what this reminds me of. I don't know. Dude, this is hideous. I mean, sure, that might be what it looks like, but that is ugly, man. Dang. Alright, so that's pretty much the coasters, and there's a lot more features that were in the updates 3, 4, and 5. I've thought through the best way that I can incorporate the features I care about into as few buildings as possible. So those will come up as we build, meaning for the rest, I'll just walk you through my coaster detailing process. First order of business is a little terrain work. I think we'll go for a nice lake / river type thing here. Let's try and wrap the river around the brake run and unload station, kind of like this. And then break up the roundness by adding this little extension. Okay, time to add the water. Hey, that's not bad, right? Now some simple terrain painting to remove the underwater grass, as well as to suggest a bit of a rocky riverbed. I want a little height difference on the main path, so we're going to add a small elevation change right here by the river. Now we're going to start the paths, beginning with some of the groundwork for this path and coaster interaction that we're going to have in this little alcove of the track, the little turnaround right after the first launch. I want some type of angle here where the people can walk underneath the track and look upwards and have, you know, the train above them. Something like that. You know, I actually like the in-game supports for most of the coasters in here, so long as the track isn't like inverting or banking in an extreme way. The in-game supports look pretty good. So I'm going through and removing all of the supports where I want to do custom supports, and then where I like the default supports, I'm just going to take out every other 4-meter section. So back to the path, I'm gonna take this sidewalk over here and raise it up to make an elevated path. We're gonna match the same height as the small elevation change that we made earlier while terraforming. And in these modern plazas, I especially like to add handicap accessible ramps. So that'll be a big focus of this path right here. Especially this part right here, where I'm just taking the slope that I made piece by piece. I think it's like 4-meter sections, and I'm curving it a little bit. And I don't know, being able to move the path like a scenery object has been probably maybe the best thing they changed between the first game and the second game. I mean, look at this. Could you imagine trying to do this in the first game? It's so good. And now we need to raise the ground around this first turnaround, as well as placing the path on it. If you recall from the first video where I made this coaster, I said this turn right here would be prime real estate for a nice path interaction, having the path right up along the coaster. So that's what we're doing here. And then just patching up the holes. And this is the same technique as earlier, but instead of one larger ramp, we're making switchbacks. Now I want some type of building right here. I don't quite know exactly what yet, so for the meantime we're just going to mark it out with this rectangle shape. I want to add a planter right here, so we're going to sink this down into the path, and then when we cut it out, we should have the same shape. Final path adjustments, we're going to add a border to this section right here along the coaster, just to make it interesting, because it's just a sea of this stone tile. So we're going to break it up a little bit by adding the wood tile texture here, as well as a little design with the hexagons. I didn't think too much about it, I just wanted something interesting on the floor to look at. So maybe it resembles the sun a little bit, but this coaster has no theme, so I don't know.
Okay, queue time.
I want the queue to come this way, and I also want part of the exit path to come across like this. So we can grab the height from here, make the path just as wide as the station, and we head down. We'll do a curved path to here. So you walk this way. Maybe we do the lockers here. So once you get on, like to use the locker and then get back on the ride. Maybe they can do that.
So then the on-ride photos can go here. And then we can have some building down here and a restaurant up here.
So one of the important things that I wanted to include from the update are the restaurants. The new restaurant feature I thought was very good. And I know about it because I played a scenario to sort of get back into the game. And that's again what this series is. Not to take away from, my main series, but I want to make sure I'm warmed up essentially to build in this game. Now it's flat. Now we've got a nice canvas to work with. I think I'm going to use this corner actually. The corner is more interesting to look at. So I know that I want to use the new glass pieces and the invisible curbs, which I guess I've already used. You see here, very, very good feature. I want to use some of the western pieces. Take a look at the nighttime lighting effects, and use some custom billboards and speakers. So it's just a 4-meter by 4-meter, which is standard. Let's do our path. I think we'll go brick here. And then we'll do the same just at this angle, and then connect them up. Just snap it to the main path right here. That's one building. Okay, and then we need another. We need to start a separate building grid that we'll use later. For now, let's grab this brick floor so we can align the grid how we want it. And we want it straight in line with these steps here. So make sure that's in line. Bring it back out to the restaurant depth. And we'll just place it there. Like so. Connect that over. And not worry too much about the seams, because of course we could take this node edit tool and fix them all. What is it? We are grabbing the path pixel by tagged. And instead of putting it on the gray, we instead place it on the brick like this. Okay, that is so many pixels. I did not want to do that. Maybe I can select and now delete. That should work. Okay, the important part here is that the path is not connected. Now, whether or not people will actually just walk through it, I don't know. I could use barriers, but it gets a little glitchy when you use the barriers, so I'd rather just make sure the path is gone completely. Sink it down a little bit. Make sure it's placed right where we want it. Boom. Don't hate it at all. Just finish out the 4 meter. It's gonna glitch, so I will sink it like that. Alright, let's place it all along. Alright, here on the end I'm just gonna patch it up. I don't want to go too overboard again, because I want to put this on the workshop so you guys can look around and see how I did certain things. My new favorite texture has been the corrugated wall, the corrugated steel. I've used this so often, especially when you color it brown. Something like this. We'll go 1, 2, 3. Actually, might as well place our stone. This is gonna be like my go-to for this game. I can already tell. I love this combination. The marble capstone on top of the, what is this? The Viking wall. I think our building material of choice will be not brick, not stone either. I want a wood, but I want this Viking wood. Pause. So you can already see the restaurant taking shape here. Yeah, just place it like that. Simple walls. First we'll detail it, but I want to take a second to look at the details in this restaurant cube. I mean, look at that. The extra food underneath, paper towels, a stove, and when it's active and unpaused, the stove is like steaming. A cutting board with a magnetic knife holder, and you can look at the detail in that. This is my type of game right here. How do we solve this? I think we'll just use the off-grid pieces. I want to do one of those flat roofs that are like black, I guess. I don't know what the material is. Wait, what happened to our wall? What happened to our wall? Bro. When did I delete the wall, bro? Alright, how about we rebuild it with the steel pieces this time instead of the wood? Might look a little better. Okay, let's make a little awning. Alright, so these are the new glass pieces. Now, the ultimate test. Can we find a glass piece that will fit there? If I sink it. Why does that work? Look at that. Okay, close enough. Tar pitch roof. Oh, this is like exactly what I wanted here. Before we get sidetracked again, I want to patch this hole. Maybe we should make the dormer a bit smaller, just so it looks larger than it actually is. I'm gonna try something that may work, but we'll see. I'm actually pretty excited because I haven't done this since Planet Coaster 1. Give me my billboards. Oh! When do they add all these screens? Okay, the curve screen, that's massive for dark rides. 32. Oh! Okay. Okay, Frontier, you win. And you can resize. Oh man, I fear they have cooked, but I'm also about to cook. User media. Can I refresh? Interior 1. Oh my gosh. Okay. We confirm that. Oh, that's too funny. Does that work? Let's add some frames. Let's add a few more, window frames to make this look maybe believable. How would that look at night? I'm gonna need a small lighting here. How does that look? If I inset it and almost place it like it's in the image. So I'll do one in front, or one in front of that light bulb, one in front of, does it stick out the top? No. One in front of that light bulb, and one in front of this light bulb. Now we're starting to get somewhere. Is that a believable size for a couch? I don't know. I don't know. But this is such a powerful tool. I use this for like shop fronts and facades all the time. That's alright. I think we'll do booths here. Add tables. There we go. So yeah, outdoor booths. I actually love this restaurant feature. And it has me thinking, how are they going to implement hotels if restaurants are this good, you know? I know it's awkward to have just like the register here, and there's no real like kitchen cooking area. Ooh, we delete that wall, and then back here we either add another one to make it look like there's a busy kitchen back here, or we add like another stall. This might be goofy if I open it. Does that look like there's more of a restaurant back there? Like there's a whole kitchen. Like no one will ever be able to reach that. But it looks alright. Oh, chef. Yes, chef. We're all white chef. There we go. That is pretty funny. That is pretty funny. I think it works. Let's add an awning just because. Awesome. Wow. From this angle, the lighting looks really good. Alright, finishing touches on this area. I don't want to spend too much longer on this. Copy paste, extend the cap. Let's see, I'd like to add some lighting by these tables. Can we put a small tree? Yes, the small black spruce. Perfect. And I don't even need smaller bushes in here because it'll be overcrowding. My very own modern resort fan. Now, if you couldn't tell, this building here is like a dry run for my main series. So I'm just seeing if it is possible to build like this, which it's looking like it is. Final thing I think we need are trash bins. No one wants to sit next to a trash can, so we'll put one here. So from my little checklist, let's see how many things we got out of the way. The new glass, check. The invisible curbs, check. The western pieces. Maybe no western pieces. Night lighting, we did take a look at. And the custom billboards and speakers. No speakers yet. That'll be at the end. But the custom billboards are there. Let's take a look at the western pieces. Just a random clock. Why not? I almost want to just copy this down. Yeah, I think I'll just copy it over and offset it a little. Because I don't want to spend too much time on this, right? This is not even a real park. I think some brick here would look nice. Okay. Final step. Now, if you can't tell, those are like the multi-recycling bins. And these serve as like barriers so people don't walk through this wall too. These cracked decal pieces are so awesome. Since we have Haya Sushi and the Slush Hour banners, we'll just call this one Haya Slush. And this one has Viva la Vegan and Latte Love. We'll call it Vegan Lattes. So I think I'm just gonna piece together another building over here.
skipped over it in the time lapse, but I just added a building to the front of that facade and a building to the back side, and we'll go over it later. Now we're just going to add the walls and the railings along all these paths so that they're no longer floating.
Of course, we gotta add some railings. And that looks like 10 times better already. Here, we might do one of these. Station time. If you color this wood a bit dingy, it kinda looks like the stone here. I wish the marble texture wasn't so varied. Like, it looks very dirty here. This whole station complex area looks a bit classical, but I think instead we're gonna do something I guess the closest comparison would be something like Second Empire, so the roof's gonna be a little French. I mean, it's not terrible. Now we just need the dormers, and we can salvage this. I think it looks good here though in the corners, because there's nothing here. This angle's epic. Something I saw in the workshop the other day, which was pretty good. Here we are. The lockers with changeable numbers. Unselect those. Duplicate. Now the numbers are not going to line up, but it's not that deep. Now we've got double-sided lockers. And then I'll just copy them down. If you could add your own fonts, that'd be a crazy update. We're nearing the end, guys. Next up we have the transfer track. I've seen people build these in a lot of different ways. As long as it looks like what it's supposed to look like, then it's probably fine. Now we just need a warehouse shed. Let's see how fast I can build this. Now we just need fencing, covers, fencing. What is gonna go here? I don't know. Maybe we cover the view of the transfer track with like a small tower here, and that could also serve as the launch mechanism facilities. Nice. That's a cool tower, right? Simple. And then I added a little generator for the launch mechanism, also some path details. You know, one thing I've been considering is reprofiling the exit of the first element here, because I think this is way too wide for how fast we're going at this point. Alright, so I reprofiled it, redid the shaping and stuff. One thing's for certain, this part is a lot more intense. Okay, we're finishing up nicely here. All this is pretty much done path-wise. We just gotta clean up the empty spaces here, the wall here, get an entrance path in, and we're pretty good. Guys, I forgot something. Can you see it? That's right. This lamp is not touching the wall. That's just not gonna cut it for me. Okay, how would companies cheaply cover this up? Like, how do you landscape something when you don't have a lot of budget for it? Just stick a bunch of gravel under there. Yeah, probably this whole section here. Unless the river's gonna come into here. Nah, the river interacting with the coaster is not in the budget, unfortunately. Okay, I'm using the smallest brush with the lowest intensity. Like, I guess I did not put my thinking cap on this morning, huh? Honestly, I'm probably just gonna gravel all the low areas. It seems like the easiest thing to do. Okay, what is large rough rock? What is rough rock? What is rock? Basically, I wanted to keep the gravel texture, but I don't want it to be as bright. That looks safe. We could add warning signs. Okay, I suppose this needs some fencing as well. Another thing I found on the workshop that I wanted to add, this vintage ticket booth. So here it is. I think it says it's inspired by the ones in Europa Park. Something like that. Guess we'll put it right here. The cool thing about this one, you can take your drink vending machines, and if you put them like that, people will look like, you know, they're standing at the windows. Really cool detail. Okay, now probably the part you've all been waiting for, custom supports. So if you couldn't tell, I went through and removed every other support from the track where the base in-game supports looked alright. A lot of these areas, they look fine. It's just the areas of rapid lateral change. So stuff like this or like this. Obviously the signature elements. Here as well, just because there's track underneath. But something like this is the signature element. Yeah, that's like the first thing you see. I want to have nice supports there. All that is to say, we're going to add some custom supports. Okay, Sirens Curse has some good references. It's almost like the B&M connectors where it looks like a square coming off of the tube. Let's see if this even looks good. How's that? That looks good. I mean, this is a little bulky right there, the square around it, but that's fine. I'm okay with that. Those look good, man. Alright, I'm excited now. Let's support the rest. Yeah, that looks fine. Nice. Let's add flanges and move on. Now, the only reason I placed this support here is to have something to place the net on. Nice. So for the top hat, I'm thinking these three supports normal. For the next support, I'm thinking the signature Vekoma A-frame. For this one, I definitely want something a bit like Velocicoaster here. Nice, let's keep on moving. I think here we can merge some supports. So the main support will come down like that, and then the brace support will sort of connect into this one. That's pretty cool, yeah. Yeah, we'll do that. Yeah, that totally works. Final supports. I'm probably just going to support this similarly to how it's supported on Phoenix. Well, most of the times I think they try to avoid the overhead support beam like this. I think it's especially necessary on this type of element because of the amount of hang time. It must put a lot of stress on the track, I'm assuming. Alright, we're in the home stretch. I can probably just attach this to this structure right here and call it a day. This footer might need to be a little bit thicker. I think we're done. I added the back of these facades, so now we need to cover them up with some bushes and trees. I enjoy the random rotation, but I wish you could control which axes they rotated on, right? Like, this is good for rocks. I don't want to go too hard with the foliage, but I think just the area closest to this area right here, the station and the path, will decorate a lot more. And then everything else, I'll just sink like a tree down or something. I know it seems like I did a lot of plant and bush work, but this was honestly like 20 minutes. Okay, well, coaster area is done, path area is done, station area is done. Oh, I forgot about the queue. I don't hate it at all. Yeah, I think we'll just go with that. Simple, easy, why make it complicated when I don't have to? And plus, completing this little side project thing has done its job. I'm feeling very inspired to head back into the main series. And I want to make a cover. Alright, that looks cool. That looks very cool. Now, they did say they were gonna add ride photos, like incorporate it into the game in update 6. So when that comes, well, likely I'll be in Florida. But when I come back, update 6 should be out and we can take a look at those, maybe replace these. But this is what I've been doing since Planet Coaster 1. There's another blueprint I want to throw in. I keep saying, oh, this is the end, this is the end, this is the end. But this is the end for real this time. Here it is, fan for queues or whatever. I'll throw that in the description as well. But if I hit play, look at that. A rotating fan. We'll point one at the ride operator, why not? Okay, the ivy overgrown chateau. I keep getting carried away, there's like little things I keep adding, because I just keep forgetting this stuff exists. These will be here in case anyone wants to take them and put them in their own builds. Okay, I'm actually kind of upset. I was talking this whole time and my mic was muted. Yeah, using the brush. Now we just delete the stupid ones. You don't even have to delete all the stupid ones, just the really stupid. Oh, what? How can you just delete water? Okay. That's the chateau build. Let's see, some spotlights. I keep thinking of things. Look, I just keep thinking. What else do we need? I'm gonna add some custom billboards. Most of these are reused from my Planet Coaster 1 series, Haruna. So if these look familiar to you, you're an OG fan. Here is the ride wait time that I used for all the rides. And then over here we have some of the menus that I used for the restaurants in that park. Well, this video is getting long and I wanted to leave a few things for you to discover on your own. So I highly recommend for you all to check this park out because a lot of love went into it and I cut a lot out of the time lapse. Off camera, I did add the ride photos from update 6 as well as customize the train and add the gift shop butter pieces. Anyways, as always, thank you for watching and thank you for 500 subscribers. I'll see you in the main park next time. Take care. Bye bye.